right, who's ready to talk about energy? Energy when calling in the money. So today we're talking about the 2 daily energy practices that make massive results with money and absolute certainty. And absolute certainty. Who wants to experience that? I'm sure everyone does. I'm sure everyone here wants money to be an absolute certainty, right? To be in a place where massive money is the standard, is the norm, is exactly what you want to experience in your life. To the point where it's so normal that it would be weird it didn't work like that, right? That's exactly how I have worked with money for the last few years, like pretty much since 2019. Like I created that kind of consistent experience with money, and now I'm going to be teaching you 2 daily practices on how to do that. So excuse me, I'm like very wet. I have I went for a swim this morning and it was beautiful. It was incredible. Like high tide was right at 8 o'clock. I was just like floating in the water, like talking to the universe, talking to God, and just giving so much gratitude, feeling all the energy in my body, going through like kind of doing a full body scan and just reveling in the experience of so much abundance, so much love, so much gratitude. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It like pumped me up. It totally primed me for this live this morning. So I'm very, very happy about it. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about is the 2 daily energy practices, but I'm also going to share like a little third. It's not essential, but it is an element that winds up coming as a result of you doing those 2 things, right? And when you get into this place with these 2 daily energy practices, it's the results that start taking off in your business, in your life. It's insane, right? And it's all to do with energy. It's all to do with energy. Hold on, give me a second. Let me get this. Hi, Gianni. How you doing? Welcome. Okay. So I'm just gonna get straight into it and we're gonna have fun. Let's have fun. So, how would I start this off? When it comes to energy, what I found is that with manifesting, with creating the outcomes that we want, energy is essential. Like light energy is mega essential. Yes, you can have intention. Yes, you can do all the mindset and thought practices, but without energy, there's nothing to power it, right? You need the energy, you need to bring the energy in order to create momentum, in order to create things happening, right? And so that's why our job is to lighten the fuck up in our energy. And in order to do that, we have to deliberately and choose every day to move into higher levels of energy, to move into lighter levels of energy, to move into potent energy through our decision, through our intention, through our energetic practice, moving through the scales. Like, have you heard of the scale, the vibrational scale? Let me talk about it. Let me find it here. The vibrational scale. I think it's Abraham Hicks who first talked about this. Was it the inner guidance scale, or was it the vibrational scale? But anyway, so like the lower energies, right? The heavier energies are feelings like guilt, shame, apathy, grief, fear, even desire and anger and pride. And then you get to like the middle, which is like neutral, and you get to like neutrality, willingness, courage, acceptance. And then when you start moving into like lighter energies, higher energies, you move into love, joy, peace, and enlightenment, right? And so our job as conscious creators, as energy vessels, is to deliberately move our energy into those higher levels every single day, right? Every single day. That doesn't mean that you're always going to be in like the most elevated state. It doesn't mean you're always going to be happy. It doesn't mean that. But it means overall, you're walking in this world with a lot of a lighter energy about you, as opposed to a heavier energy, right? And as we know, the heavier your energy, the harder everything is, the harder everything feels like a slog, everything feels like it's just taking so much time, because you are more matter and less energy. Like I say to my Joe Dispenza fans, he talks about this, about how the lower your energy, the weaker your energy field is. and the more matter you are. Therefore, the more you are in this three-dimensional world, and the more you have to play by the rules of the three-dimensional world, which means that you have to move your body physically through time and space in order to achieve outcomes and goals that you want, which takes time. It takes it has delay in it because you are heavier, because that's how the three-dimensional reality works. Like if I want to go visit my mum in my hometown, I have to physically walk outside of my house to my car, get into the car, and then drive 3 hours to my hometown to see my mother. But if I go into lighter energy, I can go and see her in my energy, in my lighter energy, in my mind, if I really want to. Like, this is going way off topic, but if you get into like really mastering your energy, you can start doing things where you like appear in people's living rooms, appear in front of the person that you want to see. And Neville Goddard actually talks about this as well. So does Joe Dispenza, but Neville Goddard talks specifically about different students of his who, is it apparates? Basically people who just appear, like they think of the loved one that they want to see and they appear in their living room. That's pretty amazing because your energy is so light, it's so high, it's so potent. So in saying that, when it comes to money and when it comes to creating a lot of money, right? When it comes to creating next level, expansive amounts of money, your energy has to be light. It's gotta be light. If you want it to happen quickly, if you want it to happen fast, and I know that a lot of you, based on the answers you put in the questions, you're kind of operating in like heavy energy to like neutral energy, but I haven't seen a whole lot of high levels amount of energy, right? So you've got to do everything to move yourself up into those higher ranges of energy. And so that's what I want to talk about today, and the 2 daily energy practices that you can really start to build that energy, to build the lightness in your energy, because it takes deliberate, intentional action with it, right? But I think the action that you take within gets so much bigger results, better results, and more long-lasting results that feel good to your soul than taking physical action does. I can tell you, I am the master at taking physical action. I can take action till the cows come home, but I've seen again and again and again, it doesn't matter how much action I take in the 3D, like how much I work, how much I create a new offer and sell it. If my energy is heavy, it's not going to do very well, right? It's going to take longer. It's going to feel like a struggle. It's going to feel like a slog. It's going to feel like I'm always going on an uphill battle. It feels always out of reach. But when my energy is light, when it's potent, when I'm just like vibing, everything is easy. It doesn't even fucking matter what I do or what I sell. When I'm a match, like when I'm aligned in that light energy, I'm a match. I'm a match to the money. And it doesn't really matter what I sell. It doesn't matter what I sell. It doesn't matter how I sell. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. The money will come to me. The money shows up no matter what. The money shows up no matter what, because your energy is so fucking high. And what I mean by so high, so light, is that you are more in the quantum field, so you're more attached to them. You're more in that place where you can just like pull them into your reality, as opposed to being heavy. When you're heavy, you're not in the quantum field. You're not, well, you are, but you're not accessing the levels that you want to be accessing, right? So, in saying that, let's get on with your first daily energy practice that makes massive results with money and absolute certainty. Let me just check the comment. If you're here, say hello. I see some people jumping on. Hold on. Let me get this ready. Okay, so the first energy practice that you need to prioritize each day is staying in a place of belief every day. A place of belief that your success is inevitable. A place of belief that you get to have it all. A place of belief that money is easy. A place of belief of insert whatever belief you want to have about money. That's your job every day, to get into that belief. Now, if you ask yourself and you check in with what you have been prioritizing in terms of beliefs, is it the belief that money is easy, money is coming, money is always here, money is always available, money loves you, money has got your back, like money is showing up, it's always there, it's always with you? Or is it that it's really hard, it's not working, nothing is working for me, money is really difficult, there's not enough, I never have enough? What's the belief that you're prioritizing? Because you are staying in belief, a belief, every day about money in some way. And most people are disempowered around money, right? So they're staying in a place of belief of disempowered thoughts and beliefs about money. How do you think that, like, what do you think the compounding effect of that is? Like, what happens with that? Where does it go? It can't go up. You can't suddenly be thinking like, it's all shit. It doesn't matter what I do. Any type of action I take, physical or mental, it doesn't change anything. I never have enough money. I'm always struggling with money. I'm like the broke girl. I'm the girl who has been stuck at the same income level for like years. Where do you think that goes? Where do you think that leads to? It doesn't lead to expansive, massive money, like more than enough, more than you ever have to think about set for life money. It leads you to more difficulty and strife. It leads you to more staying stuck at the same level. It leads you to nowhere new. It leads you to the same things. So prioritizing, staying in the belief of what you want to believe about money is essential. You need to do this in order to have the money flowing in order to have the experience of money continuous and flowing. Otherwise, you know the alternative, and we don't want that. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be certain all the time. You have to know without a doubt that the money is yours, that it's coming, that your success is inevitable. It doesn't mean every single time, every single day, you have to be in absolute certainty, because it is just not realistic. Like, none of us are absolutely certain 100% of the time, which is when faith kicks in, right? We're going to talk about that soon. But what it means is that when you practice and you get good and you get disciplined in prioritizing the belief you want to have every single day, it means that you are starting the day on your terms, right? You're not starting the day in default mode, in autopilot mode, letting, the fear thoughts take over and run the show. You are starting with your deliberate intention, your deliberate focus, and your deliberate action to make yourself feel and step into and believe that money is your motherfucking bitch, right? That's what your job is. It also doesn't mean that you have to be in a place of this is easy all the time, right? Sometimes it doesn't feel easy, but sometimes you're not even thinking about the fact that it's easy. Ultimately, what I want you to get to is a place where it just feels normal. Like, having a lot of money is normal. It's the standard. It's like, it would be crazy not to have a lot of money. It would be crazy not to be financially well-resourced. That is the space that I ultimately want you to get into, so that you know that you are a powerful creator, so that you know that your beliefs that you prioritize every day actually work. Because they do. Whatever you've been prioritizing up to today, in your terms of your belief, has been working, right? Your reality is literally showing you that. So it doesn't mean you have to be in a place of it's easy, but it means that you are starting the day on your terms. You are waking up totally knowing that no matter what, your success is inevitable. Even if you're not feeling it today, even if you don't think it's easy today, you know that just from you deciding that when you wake up, your intention and your knowing is that my success is inevitable. Like, I'm succeeding no matter what. Yeah, there's going to be dips and valleys in terms of like how I'm feeling, but I know my success is inevitable. Imagine what that does. Imagine what that does to your day. Imagine what that does to your year. Imagine what that does to your reality. Imagine what that does to money. When you're waking up and you're deciding, I am the standard. I decide how it works for me. I bring the belief. I'm the one bringing the belief. No one else is believing for me, so I am deciding what I believe right now. Imagine what happens when you show up in that energy. Now, think about it like this. If you wake up and you have a ritual or routine where you're full of confidence, where you take the steps every day, whatever those steps look like, I always talk about daily practice, right? When you take the steps every single day to follow your goal, your soul-led goal, like your aligned goal to lead yourself there, when you have the goal and every day you're showing up, starting in the beliefs that this goal is achieved, or this reality is achieved, or this experience is achieved with money. So like, say you have a goal of like making $100,000 this year. So that would maybe equate to, if you look at it, like $270 something a year, or $8,000 a month, or or just 100K a year. Like what it's like, say that's your goal. Or if the reality you want is just wealth, you just want the experience of wealth, well-resourced, financially equipped, financially free, financially secure, like more than enough money, you never have to worry about money, you probably never have to work again. Or an experience that you want to have with money, like feeling like you're totally secure, totally safe, whatever it is. Every day, if you're prioritizing that experience, those beliefs that come with that experience, goal, or reality, what do you think is going to happen of the compounding of that? It's inevitable. Your success is literally inevitable if you follow your own belief. You show up every day for yourself. You decide when you wake up in the morning, no, I'm not letting my fear thoughts take over. Hell no, I'm not letting them take over. I'm not letting them run the show. I'm not showing up in the same energy that I was showing up in yesterday when I was disempowered and feeling shit about money. I'm showing up with the energy that I fucking have this, that success is mine, that everything is rigged in my favor, that it doesn't matter what I do because I'm a match and I get to have it all. Imagine. Now, if you think about it like a person who is showing up in the energy of this isn't working, I don't know if I'm getting any traction, every move I seem to be making in my business isn't fucking working, excuse me, I don't see anything in the 3D, do you think that person's going to achieve their goals? Excuse me. Do you think that person is going to do what it takes to keep themselves fully aligned, fully light in their energy, and fully a match to their goals? Do you think that they're going to do that? No, because they're in that experience of disempowered. They're in that experience of it's not working. So that's what they have to keep perpetuating, right? It sucks. That's a boring place to be. We don't want to be there. And we're not going to be there. We are high vibe machines. We are the ones who get it all, right? Okay, so like for me, my goal, when I have a big goal I want to reach, whether it's in my business or it's outside of it with money, is every single day I prioritize my belief and my energy, right? My belief and my energy. I decide what thoughts I want to have about money. I decide. And I bring the energy. I bring the fucking energy. And I do everything I can that I like to do to get myself into that energy, to the high energetic state of this is inevitable. It's mine. It's done. There's no other option. Failure is not a fucking option. Why would it ever be? Why would I allow failure or defeat to be an option? Success is the only outcome here. So when you're in that knowing and you're in that high energy, what backs it up? It's corresponding thoughts and feelings. And so this is what I talk about. Like when you can get into really high levels of energy, light energy, when you can get into that place where you're like maintaining it, like everything comes to you. The thoughts come, they naturally come. You don't have to write them out. Maybe initially you need to write them out to figure out what you want to think. But when you're in that next level state, the corresponding experience comes to you. You don't have to go out and create it all, right? Just like when you're in low energy, when you're in heavy energy, when you're in energy of this isn't working, the corresponding experience and feelings and outcomes come to you naturally, right? You don't have to think them all. That's why you can just have everything going wrong. Everything going wrong and you're like, but I didn't manifest this. I didn't try to make this happen. It's like, but your energy was in that field on that level, calling in all that shit. So what is the only option to do? Is to move into that place of that success is inevitable. So for me, every day I prioritize my belief and I prioritize my energy and I get up and I know that my success is guaranteed and I do everything to prime myself into a state of belief that money is so damn easy for me that it rolls in when I sleep, that I don't have to worry about it, that I am set for life, that I've got it figured out, that money is just my friend, my lover, my partner, my confidant, just everything. Like money honors me. Money shows up for me. Money makes way for me. I never have to worry about money. Money's got me and it's got itself. So it works itself out. My only job is to just stay in that high vibe, loving, beautiful, elevated, grateful, just amazing energy. whole energy, right? The energy of like, I'm complete. I am so set and I don't have to worry about anything because I'm in this energy, right? And this is what I did in 2019 every single day. You've heard me tell this story many times. When I decided to transform my experience with money, I went all in every single day. I was doing my daily practice, showing up, bringing the energy, high levels of energy, and I had no idea what results it would produce, if it would even produce results. I had no idea. I had no idea it would take me to 7 figures. I had no idea it would take me to my highest income month. I had no idea it would help me clear my debt. I had no idea that it was going to bring me total peace with money once and for all. I had no idea that I was going to have savings and going to have investments as an effect of doing this work. I didn't know. But what I was doing was showing up every day because it felt fucking good. And I loved the energy that it gave me. I loved how I felt. I loved feeling alive. I loved feeling empowered about money. I loved having this totally different experience in relationship to money compared to what I was having before, which was super dysfunction. Super dysfunction of like, why the fuck doesn't money stay? Why can I make it, but it doesn't stay? What the hell is wrong with me? Why am I spending it? I'm so frivolous. I'm so irresponsible with money. Suddenly moving out of that story, every day showing up, doing my energy practice, doing my belief work, not knowing what results it would produce. And 2 months, it didn't produce results. Like I've said in many different versions of this story, is that for 2 months, it didn't look like anything was changing. I was feeling really good, but it didn't look like anything was changing. And then after 2 months, everything accelerated, everything changed. And within 6 months after that, it was like I was a totally different person with money. Totally different. Just from prioritizing my belief in energy. Right? So, that is the first thing that you need to prioritize, is bringing the belief. Bring the damn belief. And then the second thing you want to do is bring the blind faith that it's all happening. Now this is going to make you guys freak out, because I can tell just from the questions that you answered and just from different things that like customers and audience members have said, you are all control freaks, right? You're control freaks. You want to somehow ensure that the outcome happens. You want absolute certainty in everything out here, right? You want everything to be perfect, everything to go well, in order for you to know that it's going to happen. That's not how it works. That's not how energy works. That's not how manifestation works. It works by your certainty within, right? Your certainty within that no matter what the fuck is happening out here, even if it looks like everything is failing, even if like let's say for example in your business, people are defaulting on payments or people aren't signing up, no one's buying the thing, even if it looks like you're not going to hit the income goal this month, like you've only made half and you've still like it's the last week of the month and you still haven't made the other half, like even when it looks like it's all gone to shit, your faith has to be stronger. Your certainty within has to be stronger. Your inner belief in yourself has to be stronger than anything that's happening out here. Everything out here is just shadow world and momentary BS. Like it reflects you. That's it. That's all the 3D world is good for. Reflecting you. That's it. But when you are in the energy of like trying to control, trying to make things happen, and then you're saying, I don't trust. It's like, of course you don't trust because you're trying to control everything. You aren't going to get into that place where you know, even though you don't know, that it's a certainty, that everything's coming, that it's going to be yours. Right? You're not going to get there. But the thing is, being a control freak, trying to be absolutely certain in all the 3D stuff, it's unnatural. It's unnatural. Something has gone wrong if you're trying to micromanage every aspect of manifestation for yourself, every aspect of the creation of your life. If you're trying to micromanage it, you don't know what manifestation is about, right? You haven't got it. So it's about building and bringing blind faith. And that's scary because it's also the unknown. The energy part you can take care of, but the outcomes you don't know. are going to happen. But the thing is, you don't know the outcomes that are going to happen even when you're not in a good energy state, even when you're in a heavy energy state. You think you do because you're basing everything on the past experience, and because you're mostly 3D, you're mostly matter, everything is only based on your past experiences. So you're like, well, it didn't work last month, so it's not going to work this month. I know it, because that's what's been happening, and that's what the truth is. And so you're lost in the illusion of like the 3D reality is the only reality, when it's not. Right? If you would just lighten up your energy, you would see there are like infinite possibilities. And the second you do, like the second I see clients and students get to that point where their energy is higher and they're like, oh my God, I get it now. Being in the heavy energy, you can't see anything. There's no way out. Being in lighter energy, you're like, oh, everything is possible. I know it now, even though I don't know it in the 3D. I know it in here. I know it in here. I know it in here. And I know what I need to do. But unless you're moving there and living there and practicing being there, it's, yeah, it's gonna be hard. So bringing blind faith looks like, well, actually it looks like the story of when I went to Bali. I've told this a few times, but I moved to Bali like when I was 27, and I wanted to go because I'd always wanted to go there. It was a digital nomad community and I really wanted to meet people. My business was like 2 years old at this point, and I just really wanted to do it. I wanted to travel long-term. It'd been a long-term goal of mine, like for years. And I finally was making enough money in my business to be able to do it, but not enough where I knew for sure that I was going to keep making money. So everything lined up, right? I bought the ticket. I got on the plane. I had no idea that I was going to keep making money. I had no idea, because most of my income was coming from like one product. I didn't know if it was going to keep making money. I never made like a lot of money from that particular ebook at that time. It was consistent, but it wasn't huge amounts of money. And I had no way of guaranteeing that it was going to come in, but I had faith. I was like, okay, I know I'm meant to go. I know I want to be in Bali. I know that things are going to work out for me. I know that the universe has my back. I know that God has my back. I know. I believe in myself, and I trust myself, and I trust the universe, even though I'm scared shitless. I trust. I have faith. I know. And when I got off that plane, it was a 9-hour plane ride. When I got off the plane and I switched on my phone, I had 12 sales of this particular product. I'd never made that much money from that ebook in one day before in my life. And that to me was like the signal. It was like, I got you, girl. You're taken care of. And I knew that I was gonna be okay. And I was, like, I lived in Bali forever, for ages. I then moved around the globe. I lived in Portugal, I lived in Mexico, I lived in the US, and traveled to different countries from those places at that time. Like, I solely was living on blind faith and a belief in myself, a belief in the universe that I'm taken care of, even though I don't know if I am. Even though there isn't a lot of proof that I am. I choose to know that I am. I choose to believe that I am. Going back to the first practice is bringing the belief, staying in a place of belief every single day. My success is inevitable. I'm totally taken care of. Everything's rigged in my favor. The universe has got my back. The universe or God or whatever else, whatever other term you use, has got my back. My question to you is, how faithful are you? How deep into faith are you? How much do you rely on blind faith? Because it's in the uncertainty that is where all your success lives, right? And the amount of success you will have depends on the amount of uncertainty you can handle, right? The amount of success you will have depends on the amount of uncertainty you can handle. And majority of what I've seen from a lot of people recently is they're all in uncertainty and all in trying to control the outcome, like control every single detail of the outcome. Can you tell why that's not going to work? Can you see why that's not going to work? Because you are fully trying to control. You're fully matter, fully in the lower energy, fully not trusting, fully thinking it's just down to you and the action you're taking. You're not doing any of this with God or the universe. You're just trying to do it on your own, thinking that like that's gonna, if you just keep working and just keep pushing, then it's somehow going to miraculously turn around and you're going to like be making millions and everything's just going to be better. Like you're waiting for it to show up, waiting, but you're staying in the heavy energy, right? That's not how it works, Dunny. That's not how it works here. We have to get so fucking crystal clear about our energy, about our belief, and what we're showing up with every day for ourselves. For ourselves. It's not even for the business. It's not even for money. It's for ourselves. Because when you take care of yourself, you know everything else is sorted. But when you haven't got a hold of yourself, you haven't got a hold of your faith and belief, then it's like not going to turn out well. We don't want that. So my question to you is, are you trusting yourself as delusionally as I did going to Bali? Even when I went to Houston, like I went to Houston on a hunch. Like there was no reason for me to go there. I had no reason to go there at all other than it was just a hunch to go. It's like, go to Texas. I was like, I don't know anyone there. I don't know what I'm going to do. What's the point of me going? And instead of being in fear and being in doubt of like, oh my God, I don't see why I should go. Maybe I should just cancel my ticket. I was like, no, I'm going to have the most amazing time over there. I'm going to make an amazing group of friends. I'm going to have the best exploration adventures there. I'm going to meet people like me. It's just going to be amazing. And the first week that I was there, after visualizing it for like a month beforehand, the first week I was there, I met my whole group of friends there and we had the most amazing time. Like I stayed with them. They took me all around Texas. They showed me places like you would never see as a tourist. Like they gave me the real, true experience of like the Texan experience. It was amazing. It was amazing. I loved it. But I went 100% on blind faith with that. So are you trusting yourself that delusionally? That consistently? Are you going that big for yourself? Like, could you book a ticket to a random country today, not knowing anything about it, and decide that it's going to be the best time of your life? Or are you going to be like, why the fuck would I do that? Does that bring up fear in you? Does it bring up fear where you're like, no, I don't want to do that? Or would you be like, I know I can create the outcomes that I want. Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go. Can you do that? Are you in blind faith like that? Are you trusting yourself that deeply? Are you? Because how it works, ultimately, is that you decide it's going to work out. You decide, even though you don't know, even though you can't see it, even though you don't have assurances that it's going to, that it will. That you're taken care of. That there are forces outside of you, but you are still a part of and tethered to, that are taking care of you, that have got your back. It's not just down to your physical action, right? It's not just down to that. It's completely taking care of you. It's got your back. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So, my question is, what is my question? What can you do today to bring more faith? What can you do today to bring more belief? What is going to help you elevate your energy? To be fair, I don't think it's doing the known, doing the things you already know. Because if they worked, wouldn't you already be in higher energy? Wouldn't you already be elevated? Wouldn't you already be making the money that you want? So it kind of stands that you have to go into the unknown and begin doing things that aren't normal, aren't comfortable, or aren't the standard of what you do in order to create different things, different outcomes, different changes, right? You have to begin doing things differently to elevate your energy. And then there is one more practice, but this practice happens as an effect of doing the first two, because I don't want you to just do this, because everyone tries to do this on their own and then wonders why they're not getting the results. But before we do, I want to tell you about this new offer that I came up with, that I wanted to create, that I'm so excited about, and it's called Millionaire Energetics. And it's about getting your energy so aligned, so potent, so lined up with the millions energy that you want to have, going into massive overflow. If you prefer to say overflow instead of millions, that's fine. but it's about expanding your energy and elevating it to higher and higher and lighter and potent levels, so that you can maintain, not only maintain, but elevate to and then maintain that experience, that standard of overflow of millions. Because this is exactly what I did from 2019. I started off massively adding energy, bringing the energy, bringing the belief, bringing the blind faith, because I didn't know any of that was going to happen. And I just prioritized how I was feeling, what I was doing within, and the results it created for me across the years that I've been continuing to do it. I could never have predicted any of it. I couldn't have predicted any of it. And it comes down to the energetics I had as I was doing this. The energetics I was in as I was doing this and as I continue to do this. I'm going to be teaching the energetics behind your millionaire goal and why this is all an energy game. Like, I'm pretty sure from this live you've seen why it's an energy game. Holding the vibe without dropping momentum and generating 100% certainty in your success through your vibration, through the vibrational work that you're operating. Like I say, that your energy field has to be strong, it has to be potent, it has to be fully intact in order for you to draw from the field, in order for you to pull those outcomes to you. And how you do that is by lightening your energy. And one thing I love about this particular offer is that the tagline is lighten the fuck up. Because that's what we have to do. Like, you've got to lighten the fuck up. I've seen so much heavy energy in the last few months, and I'm just like, no more, enough. You've seen the results of this. You've seen the perpetual results of low energy, and it's not fun. So let's lighten the fuck up, right? Let's lighten the fuck up. The other things you're going to learn are my all-time favorite high energy mindset practice that prioritizes alignment and has unleashed my best money-making ideas, money manifesting experiences, and helped me reach six figures. You'll also learn my number one tool from taking control of the fears and emotions that are knocking you out of the vibe when it comes to your millionaire success, plus how to cultivate deep levels of trust with this tool, right? Because we want to cultivate deep levels of trust. We want to stop micromanaging everything and stop trying to control everything. We want to allow ourselves to be taken care of by the divine, right? You'll also learn how to release the fear of failure and believe in your success, right? Even when you're not seeing the results you desire in your business and money, plus activating blind faith to create insane outcomes, right? Just like I told you with Bali, just like I told you with Houston, insane outcomes come from blind faith. Then you're also going to learn my simple 3-step process for installing new powerful perspectives that disable worries, doubts, and fears, and unlock energetic shifts and belief changes that fuel money-making and manifesting abilities. Oh, I love this process. And then I'm actually going to show you live my step-by-step mindset practice from start to finish. I'm going to do it in front of you, which is kind of like vulnerable, but you're going to see like what I do and how I move into that energy, how I elevate my energy. And I'm going to show you the exact beliefs, mantras, visualizations, and meditation practices that helped me create multiple six figures in my business every year in expansive ways with more and more ease. That's what I'm going to teach you. I highly recommend you to join that. I'm going to put it in the comments. It's going to be amazing. And so if you're wondering what is different about this one compared to like Quit the Money Struggle and Irresistible to Money bundle, the bundles. So the difference between the three is that Quit the Money Struggle is literally about quitting the money struggle. It's like going from crisis mode into having better money, having a better relationship with money. Irresistible to Money is about creating a state of magnetism with money. It's about activating more of a receiving mode experience with money. Whereas Millionaire Energetics is about expanding into overflow, expanding into more, expanding into levels that you haven't been yet, that you want to not only get to, but maintain. It's about expansion and lightening your energy. It's about alignment, right? Energy alignment, which I love. I love talking about energy. I love teaching energy because energy truly is the thing that absolutely changed my whole experience with money. Bringing the energy is what created the results, because you can have as much intention as you want. You can have as much of like goal setting sessions as you want. You can be like, I decide that I'm going to make, $10,000 today. But if you don't have anything powering it, if you don't have any energy behind it, if you're not there in that blind faith and that belief, knowing that it's done, even though you can't see that it's done, you're walking by faith and not by sight, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to launch. It's not going to take off, right? It's not going to manifest because you're not right there. So in saying that, let's get back to, where are we? The third thing, which cannot happen unless you have the two things, the two practices, the two energy practices nailed first. Because if you do this third one and you're just defaulting to that, you're not doing it properly. And you'll always wind up not getting the results. And that is, let me have a sip of my coffee first. That is taking inspired action. Now I know, I talk about taking inspired action or inspired guidance, right? I always say you don't have to take action. You don't have to take action. The thing about taking inspired action is it will only happen when you are inspired, right? But most people, what they want to do is they either want to overcompensate with only taking action, right? Just doing the motions. Let's say in terms of your business, you have a specific strategy that you usually do that you get results, right? You get a few sales and you're so used to doing this, but you're not in any kind of elevated energetic state. You're not feeling excited about what you're selling. You are not aligned with the millions or the overflow that you want to have, or the money goals that you want to have, or income goals that you want to achieve this month. You're not there at all. You're just taking the action as a means to get a result. Like it's taking action for the sake of taking action. That's not going to create the outcomes you want, right? That's not the inspired action I'm talking about. That's not inspired at all. For me, inspired action is when I'm on fire for it, right? When I get an idea, like when I'm in high energy, right? The idea comes. Oh, that's another bonus of being in like elevated high energy. The ideas come to you. You don't have to like go and look for them. You don't have to nut them out. They come to you and it's like, oh shit, I need to, like, I'm so excited about this. So for me, when an idea comes to me, whether it's like a new offer or a strategy, or maybe it's like an action to go get a coffee at the cafe and then I meet someone who has like a cool business opportunity or something, whatever it is. When I receive it, it's the feeling it has is like a, I like that. I like that. I love that. I'm excited for this. I feel excited. I feel empowered. I feel like I have to do this. I feel like this is the thing that I'm supposed to do this week. Like I am in love with this idea. That's how I feel. I'm on fire for it. That is how inspired action comes to me, right? And in business, you're naturally going to take action anyway. I'm sure you want to, because you love helping people. You are here showing up for people and you get to have fun in the experience of doing that and whatever that looks like, right? So you can either go, like most often I see people go sort of one of two ways. They either take action and they only do that and they're not tending to their vibration, they're not tending to their energy, they're not doing the belief work, they're not holding out on blind faith, they're not doing it. Or they procrastinate, put it off, won't do what they're excited about. Everything is like an ordeal. It's like, I want to do this, that feels exciting, but like, no, what if it doesn't work? No, what if it fails? There's no point in doing it because it's probably going to fail. Like everything I've done this far has failed. It's not doing well. When you're in those two energies, what do you think is going to happen? Nothing, right? That's not inspired action. That is you being in the story and the experience of it's not working, the energy is heavy, it's going to take a long time. In fact, it's probably going to get worse. It's just a grim outcome. It doesn't lead anywhere that we like. It doesn't lead anywhere that you want it to go. And the weird thing is, like, we think that there is some kind of hidden secret. There's a hidden secret that someone else has, like some business owner has, it's a strategy or whatever, that if we just figured out which strategy worked that was enough for us to like want to do it, where it didn't have a lot of like extra tech or extra steps or things you had to do every day, if we just found that perfect strategy or tool or whatever it is, then our business would be successful. Then the money would roll in. That never happens, right? That never happens. We think there's a hidden secret, but that never happens. It's always from alignment. It's always from being excited about what you're doing. It's always from inspired action, right? And when it comes to successful people and you hear about like how they got where they are, what they do, half the time you're like, what the fuck? I do that all the time. Why isn't it working for me? And it's because your alignment, your energy wasn't in alignment with that, right? Your belief, your faith, it wasn't there. You weren't inspired to take the action, or you got too scared to take the action because you thought, oh, well, it's going to fail anyway, right? And for me, like inspired action, when I was watching an interview by Miss Excel, she is like an Excel spreadsheet expert, and she was talking about how she came to start her business and how she like got the idea, and because her business went viral, it went insane. Like within the first week, it was just like she went from nothing to suddenly making 6 figures in 2 months. When she told the story of what she did, she was like, it's all energetics. And during the pandemic, we couldn't do anything. I was at home with my parents. So every day I was meditating, I was getting my energy high and potent, and I was just living in that experience of I'm successful, I'm rich, I'm famous, and I just knew that something big was going to happen, right? I knew something big was going to happen. And then 2 months after that, she got the download, right? From being in high energy, from being fully in the quantum field to start her business, Miss Excel. And within 2 months, as you know, she made 6 figures. I think she makes 6 figures a day now, right? That's from 2 months of doing high levels of energy work and bringing the belief, right? Because she said, like, as you elevate, you will get to experience where your limiting beliefs are going to be like, what are you doing? You can't do that. Where are you going? Like, this is not going to work. You're crazy if you think you can go to this level. And I remember watching that interview and thinking, this is exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I did 2 months of energy work. I had no idea where it was going to take me. I had no idea if it was going to take me anywhere. But I showed up every day. I did those high levels of energy work. I put myself in the state. I put myself in the experience. I had the money. Like, I was a millionaire in my mind before I actually was. And it had to show up in the 3D. It had to. Even though I didn't know it was going to. Even though I had no proof, no evidence that it was. For 2 months, nothing was showing up. And so, this is what I mean. Inspired action. It will come when you are in those high levels of energy. When you are in high potent light energy. It will not come when you're in heavy energy. You will create the action, right? You will create the action and think, if I do this, then maybe I'll get a result. But you're not coming from high energy. You're not coming from ingrained belief in your success. You're not coming from that faith, knowing that you're taken care of, even though you can't see it. You're just working in matter to matter situations. You're in the lower energy centers. So it means that everything's going to take longer, and it's probably not going to work and not work as fast as you think it should. Right? So that is why I recommend you to join me in Millionaire Energetics. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to teach you everything I know about getting into this energy so you can also have your massive downloads, have your massive success. Because I'm so done seeing how everything feels like shit for you guys. Like, I'm like, let's not do this anymore. Let's not play this violin. Let's not stay in these stories, these low energy stories where nothing's happening, nothing's changing. And let's get your energy right. Let's get it high. Let's get it high vibey. Let's get it potent. And let's start creating massive differences and massive changes with your money in your life and business. Okay? So the link for that is in the comments. I pinned it. I hope you enjoyed this training. And yeah, if you have any questions or if you're watching the replay, make sure you drop it below. Bye.